In the year 2022, I decided to make a video about a multiplication. This was mostly a joke, but it was a real, table I wrote down, and it was a humongous multiplication. Well, 3 years later, I have decided, or actually, according to Google, it's 2 years later, I have decided to possibly actually take on the challenge of multiplying this thing and finding out exactly what the answer is going to be. How am I going to do this? Well, definitely not with conventional methods, that's for damn sure. Just to give you an idea, here is a shopping list of how to pronounce the first number, and it's not even complete yet. I have not even written down the entire number. But so far what we got is 98 duotrigintillion, 652 untrigintillion, 159 trigintillion, 111 non-vigintillion, 234 octavigintillion, 888 septavigintillion, 374 sexvigintillion, and the list just goes on and on and on. Of course, I get to skip a vigintillion given that there is no numbers in that place, so I can just go straight to 110 novemdecillion. If your favorite month is November, maybe you like novemdecillion. That's a possibility. Anyway, my method of how to do this is going to be kind of weird. Basically, I chopped this multiplication into 4 parts. If you're familiar with the Indian style method, you know that you can do, like for example, imagine this was just a 2-digit number times a 2-digit number. This is a digit, that's a digit, that's a digit, and that's a digit. We can do this digit times this digit, then this digit times this digit, plus this digit times this digit. And then the last one is exactly like the first one. You do this digit times this digit. Basically, it's an escalation until, sort of like a de-escalation. And basically what my plan is to do exactly that. I'm going to do this humongous number times this humongous number, and I'm going to write that down, and then I'm going to, okay, so there's 50 digits in that. Then I'm going to write this 51-digit number times this 50-digit number, and then this 51-digit number times this 50-digit number, and we're going to add those two together. And yeah, we're basically going to have that sort of plot. If you've seen these methods before, and if you're very familiar with these kind of methods, that's basically how this is going to work. And it's going to take a while. Do you know why? Because I'm not done chopping this into pieces. You see, this right here, this number times this number, we got to focus on this as its own problem. So we're also going to chop it into 4 parts. And we're going to do this number times this number, and this number times this number, plus this number times this number, and then we're going to add this number times this number. And in order to get this, we're going to skip 25 parts. Pretty crazy, huh? Well, it gets crazier. There are going to be 3 different operations and 3 different answers to this problem, because when I do this number and I multiply it by this number, and this number times this number, I got to add the 2 together. So we're going to start with sub-operation number 1. And sub-operation number 1 has been written down and mostly done as an entire math test. Each piece of it being 5 digits long, meaning I'm doing each one of these, you know, and each one of them is basically 5 digits long, and I'm going to add them up every 5 number, basically. And so far I've gotten, you know, relatively, you know, I've done pretty good. I got these subdir operation 111, subdir operation 112, subdir operation 113, subdir operation 114, and subdir operation 115. And when I'm done with this, I should have this entire humongous multiplication that is in the Googles figured out. Now, it might be possible for me to just do it. It might be easier for me to just do it piece by piece using the Chinese method, but you know, you even with 5 digits, you got to add a lot. You know, you got to add all these numbers together. So yeah, it's going to take a little while for me to really figure out just how humongous this number is going to be, and so yeah, it'd be nice to show when that's finally done. And maybe I have too much time on my hands.